What's up, world? It's your boy AP, and this is AP's NBA Daily Picks. In this video, I'll be breaking down the Phoenix Suns versus the Portland Trail Blazers. They're giving the Suns plus 2.5 points, and the over and under is 236.5. For the injury report, we got Grayson Allen out, Jalen Green out. When I see that, I directly, first off, I gotta think increase usage rate for Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks. For the Portland Trail Blazers out, Scoot Henderson out, Drew Holiday a game time decision. Let's go looking further into this Drew Holiday thing. If I can find information on it right quick, right fast. Holiday calf, he's doubtful for Tuesday's game versus Suns. I didn't see any props for Holiday, so I don't believe Holiday is playing in this game. Blake Wesley, he's also a guard. He's out. Matisse Thybulle, he's out. And Damian Lillard out for the season. So once I see that, I directly see increased usage for Shaedon Sharpe in particular. Jeremy Grant, his role is a scorer. He has to score. And also, Deni Avdija got to do everything. He's going to do everything. So also might kind of make a good game for Toumani Camara. He might have a great game in this game, but research shows that he kind of keeps it, mellow. He's going to be focused more on defense. Man, let's see how this game is looking right here, man. Let me look over my notes right here. The game context. So the Phoenix Suns, they're not on a back-to-back. They're coming off 2 home games and short travel. They won 5 of the last 6 games. They're playing their best basketball of the season. Their offense is rolling. They're averaging, over the last 4 games, they made 118 points. The Blazers, they're on the first leg of a back-to-back, and their next game is against the fast-paced Bulls tomorrow. Watch out. It might be possible minutes management for Sharpe, Avdija, and Grant. But, Drew Holiday may come back in and suppress some of that for the next game. And also, they're coming off a grueling road trip, man. The Blazers had a tough time out there on the road. They had overtime games, travel, and heavy minutes for Sharpe and Deni Avdija. The backcourt is extremely thin with Scoot Henderson out, Drew Holiday doubtful, Wesley out, Thybulle out. So when I see that also, it may be an advantage for the player props for Sharpe and Grant and Deni, but it may mean that they're going to have trouble winning this game. What's interesting to me is why is the man after that grueling trip, how are the Blazers still favored in this spot right here? Home court advantage, maybe it might be an even game. They're thinking, and the home court advantage is giving the Blazers a little push right there. Phoenix strengths. Now look, they're number 6 in offensive rating, number 4 in 3 points made, 15.6 per game. But you don't have Grayson Allen, you don't have Jalen Green didn't do anything this year. Booker got high usage at 34%. Dylan Brooks now has the green light with Allen and Jalen Green out. Suns are an excellent free throw shooting team. They have good defensive schemes versus teams with 1 or 2 weapons, but they kind of struggle versus teams with multiple downhill scorers. And for example, I'll say they struggled against the Hawks. Now they lost to the Hawks by 2 points. The weakness for the Suns, their interior defensive vulnerability. Opposing bigs and athletic forwards have a good games against the Suns. For example, Jalen Johnson had 27 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Okongwu had 25 points against him. Dyson Daniels had 12 assists, 7 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So Phoenix struggles against teams with versatile wings and scoring centers, and Portland has all 3 of those. So the market may be seeing how Phoenix struggles against those teams, and plus those type of teams like Portland, and plus the home court advantage. But I'm just wondering how much fatigue is set in. Just want to go here and look at just the last 5 games for the Trailblazers. Overtime game versus Dallas, they lost. They lost to Houston by a lot. They beat New Orleans. They lost to Orlando. They lost to Miami, man. The Blazers are in a bad spot right now. Then they on the first leg of a back-to-back. They're on a bad spot. The strengths for Portland, though, they're number 4 in pace. They run. They have a highly switchable front court with Denny, Kamara, and Grant. They got 3 elite scorers. Sharp, last game he had 36 on 32 shots. Denny had 29, 6 and 7, and Grant had 26 points off of 20 shots. And they got Cleveland. It's the rim protection. He gets offensive rebounds. Portland's weakness, though, the interior defense struggles against the Mavs. Gafford, Cooper Flag, and Washington all had 20-plus points. And also their defense on point guard is pretty awful. So you probably see, definitely see Booker get off against them. Booker has a history of going crazy in Portland. The three-point defense is weak. Klay Thompson and P.J. Washington both hit 5 threes against them. They bleed out rebounds to wings. Najee Marshall had 9 rebounds against them, and they give up assists to guards easily. And the fatigue for them in this spot is a major risk. I mean, just think about this. If you've been on the road all this time, getting beat down, overtime game, and you come back home and then you gotta do a game of back-to-back, I think you're just like, man, I'm glad it's to be home, man. Can't wait to get this game over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are human beings also, just like we are. We don't know we look at them. Sometimes we look at them like, man, you're supposed to hit these stats every game. But sometimes it ain't like that. Sometimes you have anomalies also. You have things that looking like, hey, this team should be tired. They could do like the Bulls came out against the Nuggets and run the floor on them. And that's what we kind of seeing. Maybe the sports books are thinking in this spot right here that Portland is going to run on them with the home court behind them. Who exploits who? Biggest Suns advantage is Dillon Brooks volume scoring, Devin Booker versus weak guards, Royce O'Neal spot up threes, Gillespie assists versus Blazers defense, and maybe Mark Williams offensive rebound and point scoring. And the Portland's offense versus Phoenix defense. Shaedon Sharpe volume and his unmatched shot making. Denny's all-around usage. You probably can Denny looking for Denny's PRA. Cleveland interior scoring and rebounds. And Jeremy Grant mid-range and his threes. I think the pace will be high. Portland defense is thin and fatigued. Portland offense still can score. Sharpe and Denny, they putting up 55 shots combined in the last game. So they'll be getting a major portion of the scoring. Booker points at 29.5. Recent form, he's averaging 28 points per game. Usage rate is 33.9% the last 3 games. Booker, he was 0 for 6 for 3 last game, looking for this to be a bounce back spot for him. Portland allows big games to lead guards. Brandon Williams had 15 against him. Klay Thompson had 17. D'Angelo Russell had 18 against him. So what y'all think Devin Booker can do? You know what I'm saying? I like Booker to go over his points. I'll give y'all that one gem right there. But for this game, I'm just gonna follow my data and my model and what I look at. I think the fatigue factor sets in for the Portland Trailblazers in their schedule, coming off the road, then going home. I do like the Suns right here, plus the 2.5. Just also, we're looking at how these teams compare. Just looking at who these teams are right now in this part of the season. I know both of them are dealing with injuries, so they're kind of different teams. If you like the Blazers right here, I don't blame you. They got some advantages in this game also, and a lot of times, sometimes the advantages on the court will outweigh the fatigue and the scheduling disadvantages. But I do like Devin Booker over his points. My favorite one is Dillon Brooks over his points. With no Allen, no Jalen Green, he's number 2 scoring role. He took 25 shots. When I'm looking for a player points prop to go over, I love to see that they have more field goal attempts than the actual point total. That's good for me. I think Portland's kind of thin on the wing with a lot of guards out, so might be some miscommunication, and Dillon Brooks can get some open looks, get over that points prop. I think he can at least get 20. I'm leaning towards Royce O'Neal going over 3 threes. The Blazers allow huge 3-point nights to forwards. O'Neal's taking 4 to 5 threes per game. His volume is not enough for me, but he might can get some extra open looks and get about 8 attempts this game. I think he can knock down that 3 for plus money. Mark Williams, Portland gives up interior scoring, but his touches fluctuate. So if he can get over 12 field goals, if he can get about 15 field goals, I like him to get over 12.5 points. But just the angle on how poor the Blazers' interior defense is, I'm leaning Mark Williams points. With Colin Gillespie coming off the bench, his points and assist prop is his points props at 11.5, assists at 4.5. I do like his assists at 4.5. I think his role is playmaker. Let's don't get this stuff too confused. Let's look at these players' roles. When Colin Gillespie comes in, he's giving Booker breaks. Sometimes he's playing with Booker. He's facilitating. He's getting assists. So last game he had 15.6 assists. Portland Trailblazers player prop. Shane Sharp over 25.5 points. Last game he took 30 shots. No Scoot, no Drew. He's gonna take every tough shot. He's gonna shoot it. He's gonna shoot the ball. And will he make it? Not sure. Shane Sharp assists is at 3.5. He had 6 assists last game. He gonna have the ball in his hand a lot. Now, one careful thing we gotta look at how the Suns guarded Wemby, and they shut Wemby down only 9 points. Now, this is a little different scenario. If you're trying to blitz and do Shane Sharp like that, they got other pieces around them that can make it difficult for you. So Suns might have to play honest in this game, and that's why I like the points for Shane Sharp. And why his assist line is so low? Because they might have to. The books know that he got to play honest. So the Suns might stay at home. And a lot of those assists that he was getting the last game, he might not get them, but I still like him to get the assists. Only 4 of them, man. He got get one assist a quarter. That's it. Hopefully it's not a blowout. Out of here, if I go anywhere, I'm not going to guess if he's going to get rebounds, if he's going to get assists, if he's going to get points. I'm just going to do the PRA. His usage rate is through the roof. He does it all. Just don't know if fatigue's going to set in. And then, listen, I know which way I'm going. I'm telling y'all when I'm going, but I just want to tell you also with a caution symbol. They're on the first leg of a back-to-back. The Blazers are off a grueling road trip. Don't be surprised if some of these guys get rested on the Portland Trail Blazers. They are coming off an overtime loss, so they might want to redeem themselves. But I think Denny Avdija can get around 24 to 29 points, 7 to 9 rebounds, at least 5 to 7 assists. I like his PRA. Jeremy Grant took 20 shots last game. Sun defense give up mid-range looks and corner threes where Jeremy Grant scores at. His points prop is at 18.5. He took 20 shots last game, like I said. I like to see more field goal attempts than the actual points prop. One game sample size is not enough. If they're doing it over a span of time, then the books are going to increase their points. But if you catch them early in certain spots, like this one right here, if you'd have caught him yesterday like this, you would have really hit him big. But I don't know, sometimes it might be a day late, dollar short, but hopefully we're on point tonight because the game about to come on in about 3 hours, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Another player prop I like, Donovan Clean, points and rebounds. I like him over his points and rebounds. Suns allowed 25 points to Kongu, 20 to that was the Blazers who let Gafford get 20. But I like Cleaning. Over his points and rebounds. Just think he had a size advantage down there. And this game might get grimy and thuggy down low. You're going to need somebody like Cleaning down there to clean up. But just remember, they're on the second leg of a back-to-back right there. So it's a lot of stuff I like in this game. And it's not, if you're having fun putting together a little sand game parlay, then that's cool. But, like, you gotta stick to one of your favorite plays in this. And just two players I like, those 18.5 point overs. Dylan Brooks over his points, Jeremy Grant over his points. Their role is solidified as shooting. You got Shane Sharp too. I like Shane Sharp points over 25.5. I like Donovan Cleaning over his 9.5 points. And points and rebounds. I think his rebound prop is like 9.5. I like to do that because it's just a player's role. I know their role. But Denny Avdija, I don't know if he's gonna do. He might get 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. He haven't got triple double yet, but he can get those kind of numbers. You see what I'm saying? So like, his role is spread out everywhere. So that's why I'm just like, I'm gonna PRA him. But what I know, like Booker role is to score also, but he's kind of been a facilitator. But in this position, if they want to win, he might be asked to score, and he goes crazy. He goes crazy against the Blazers. But yeah, that's what I like for this game. Suns plus a 2.5. I also like the point total to go over. Point total to go over 236.5. Just before I get out of here, I'm gonna just see if I got any other like cool notes. I want another prop Dylan Brooks. I'm sorry, over his 3-pointers made. His elevated usage. He's averaging 7.9 attempts a game. He's shooting the ball at a high volume. 2-3 threes. I don't think that's out of reach for him. Donovan Cleaner, rebounding specialist. Donovan Cleaner's performance is tied to his elite proficiency and offensive rebounding, which benefits immensely from high-paced game environments. So yeah, it was a high-paced game. I think Cleaner have some rebounds. He's averaging 8.9 rebounds per game over 24.9 minutes. I'm just going over some stuff. Yeah, that was my notes with Shaedon Sharpe, Deni Avdija, Dylan Brooks. They all getting more increased usage. You know what I'm saying, with the injuries. So it's some opportunity in this game. It's just like the players got to execute, and yeah, it's lots of statistical advantages for the Suns in this game right here. I like the Suns. I like the Suns in this game plus a 2.5. But Portland Trailblazers, it's a team I like to watch also. So I think it's gonna be a good game. But if you like the Blazers, I'm not knocking you, man. Rock with what you want to rock with. I'm just gonna follow my model and my system, and over time, it seems to work. You know what I'm saying? This is a marathon, not a sprint. Word to Nipsey Hussle. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for all your support. Comment back, season in the comments if you rock with me for this long. I'm just going through it, getting you to it. You know what I'm saying? Giving you some news you can use. Like always, health, wealth, and love to all. You know, I know what time it is. Bag season.